Welcome to the Red and Dread podcast. Today, the proliferation of culture, once disgusting, pathetic, now endemic. Dread.
Pandemic.
I'm so high. That was so funny.
I love
Okay.
that. I love that.
Okay. Anyway, so we have Mario. We're starting with Mario for a reason. It is one of the most identifiable aspects of a country's export. Disney is probably one of the US's. Mario literally was the backbone of the Olympics when it was there, when Olympics were in Japan. Like, this is a cultural cornerstone of a generation.
Absolutely.
We've seen a lot of flops lately. The last Mario movie was not. Um, you know, the insanity that came after that with children, whatever. Um, it really can't even compare to. And that is probably another one of the US's cornerstone exports of that generation is Minecraft or whatever the fuck. Um, like that, like Roblox is another one. It's like that style of game, that sandbox, that is like this American creativity that is so um expansive, you know.
Right.
Um, and that's kind of the point with Mario, you know. Um, it's very Japanese in its design. You can think, you know, out of the box per se, but is that really the best way to enjoy the game? Or is the best way to enjoy the game to really immerse yourself in getting sucked into the stream and the flow of how the designers designed the game to be played? And I think that in essence is what Mario is. So that's what I hope from the next movie, because I think the first one was exactly that. It was, you just let yourself get caught along for the ride, and you'll completely enjoy it because it's designed to be enjoyable. Um,
Yeah, it was especially Mario Galaxy. Like that was one of those games that made you feel small and infinite at the same time. Um and I think the trailer kind of captured that energy very well. I like the trailer. I like what I saw.
yeah. Did you feel like you were almost involved in what was happening as the scenes played out in that trailer?
I did. I
Like,
got I did. I did feel involved. I felt, this mix of like wonder and curiosity and anticipation of what's going to happen.
mm,
And I like the intro with Bowser. I thought that was pretty funny. So I know there's going to be some type of dynamic there. So throughout, I'm assuming, so I'm excited to see like what that's going to be about.
yeah, I'm always interested in the writing that comes to and from like trying to be for a universal child audience. There's like so many expressions that you have to think about, thinking about how
Eh,
something will be translated and like how much oomph you want and need it to be said in a certain way. It's very fun. It's very fun because you like obviously you don't want it banned from China. That's one of your
Yeah.
major markets. So you have to have a certain um amount of stylistic classic Japanese literature. They have always been great at painting over a picture so that it could be viewed by anyone. If
Okay. Yeah.
you know what I mean, like no matter what, um, there was never going to be like a media censorship because their creativity could always cut through that and did. There's famously, massive painting distributions that were depicting a rape that was being covered up by the police or a murder that was being covered up by some government agency, and it's like it's beautiful, and that's very much, you know stylistically what they're capable of. I'm wondering if they'll be able to present a lot more of that in this current distribution, because I'm sure they want to sell to Russia as well.
Yeah. It's crazy from country to country how you have to like insert certain things or even take certain things out, like because of different countries like censorship or lack of censorship. I mean,
Yeah, like Indonesia is very anti-drug. A lot of Mario is very drug coded, um, whether blatantly or not. Um, but then at the same time, many traditional, you know, Indonesian folklore is very medicinally herb based, but that's the same idea.
yeah, I agree with that. It is the same principle basically.
Yeah, I don't know. Very fun. Very fun. Mushrooms are
Little
fun.
right,
Yeah,
little nostalgia gives you that boost.
yeah, yeah. Do you feel so? Like you've obviously played Mario Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
I played a bit of it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not really. I'm not a really big video game guy. Platformers, like I played a lot of old Mario, whatever, but 64 kind of make me dizzy. Not really good with 3D games, um, which was a real bummer because I loved those fighter pilot games, um, like on old computers, like where you get the joystick and you're like flying around. But I would get so sick. But
Oh
and that's I experienced that with Mario Galaxy. Like it's so fun in how it's designed visually that if they even take a modicum of that like and extend it because they're not restricted to like a real gameplay aspect, I can see myself getting sick in the theater, which is really funny to me because like that hasn't happened in a really long time because I usually, I'm not going to go on like a roller coaster movie. Like that's not something I'd watch. So I don't
like
usually have to
the
like
I think it's like the 4DX.
exactly. Like
Yeah,
that's
the,
not
the
something I'm
seats
usually
moving
doing.
while the on screen. Yeah, you're about to.
Right. Right. I think the last time I got sick in a movie theater was in a 3D IMAX of Avatar 1. And I was like literally like vomiting in the aisle. But like
Damn.
I've experienced similar disorientedness from just playing the Mario Galaxy game. So like I'm really excited to see if like they can push this envelope and really like just get me completely out of my element, like completely like discombobulated from like because like I feel like that's like one of the beauties of a Mario game is like when you just let yourself flow, what does it do to you? And I think being tossed around and bounced around in between asteroids and planets and stars, like that must be really discombobulating.
It would have to be, right? Would
Yeah.
have to be. Would have to be.
Do you feel like it's something you could take family to? Like it'd be a positive, like is Mario family positive?
I want to say yeah. I feel like that's the real easy answer is to just be like, yeah, he is, because I can't think of, even at a young age, you don't think of shielding kids from Mario. I mean, at least I
Yeah.
don't. Unless
Yeah.
there's something I missed, you're not like, oh no, don't let them play Mario. If anything, that's like one of the first games you're introduced to, like at a young age. So yeah, I would say for sure, definitely family safe. Probably a good family movie, or at least kid movie.
Is there anything you hope happens? I know I mean, let's be real, like let's get this out of the way. We're both like super nerds.
Oh,
Is there
100%.
anything you hope happens?
Okay, so I hope I'm waiting for Bowser to get big again.
Yeah. You want Mr. Steal Your Girl to Okay, okay. Let's say Bowser gets big, right? What what Drake song is playing?
Oh man. That's a good one. What Drake song? Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Leave your answer in the comments. Because I don't know. No, I mean Drake is Mr. Steal Your Girl, right? I don't know. That might be somebody else. But I thought that was funny.
I mean, I like question is funny. The question's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah, yeah. You know what? And hey, I hope there's a great, funny, power up scene. I love a funny power up scene.
Yeah, that's gonna be. It's gonna happen. I don't see it not happening.
Hmm.
But that
Yeah.
intro, that was pretty funny. He was like slicking his hair back. He was like about to take him the artwork I just did. He
You know,
paints him as
like,
a skeleton. That was funny.
yeah, he, I like that they're presenting like, hey, this is gonna be a joke right off the bat. That really, you know, that's positive. That's
Yeah,
positive.
they do let you know that right away too. That's very
Yeah.
like it's they make it clear right away that yeah, this is gonna be a joke. It's gonna be funny. His voice is all. smaller because he's smaller, so he has a smaller voice. Like that's funny.
Yeah.
It was good. It was pretty good.
Okay, branching off from from Mario, but keeping it Japanese for a second. There's a movie out this year called Under Ninja. It is a you know, adapted, comedic action movie, kind of in the name, ninja, Japanese, whatever. Very comedic though. I highly recommend it. It's very funny. You can watch it without subtitles and just enjoy the supreme acting that comes with this style of Japanese movie direction. Like I'm talking facial expressions that are doing so much work. I mean, classic Japanese theater. So, highly recommend it.
Where can we find this under Ninja?
No idea. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that a streaming service or
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It'll be in the show notes.
Yeah, I'll drop it. We'll drop it in the description.
Yeah,
The link
but
to
yeah,
under Ninja. I'll find it.
hmm yeah, very fun though. Very fun.
So I feel like it's to a small degree, it's the Mario's and the for me as a kid, it was Mario and it was like 007 was like that was the shit. Like,
Okay.
but I feel like it's those little like cornerstone things that helped like, nerd culture take over in the way it has, because I feel like it's a lot cooler to be into those things now than it was um back at that time when they
Yeah,
were like the
definitely,
current.
definitely, definitely. And you know what? R.I.P. Sean Connery. I think he passed. I think he passed yesterday. Um,
Oh, really? Damn, I didn't catch that.
I think. Uh, that might just be a psychic, psychic.
Everyone starts Googling that shit real quick.
Can't keep my brain waves in today. No, the weed's too good. The weed is too good. Um,
But it happened, I feel like it happened quietly and slowly. And like I remember being a kid and, you know, you would kind of get made fun of sometimes if you were into anime or like
oh yeah, definitely.
even comics at a time you were considered like, a nerd. Like, they don't, you know.
Mm, for sure. For
But
sure.
now,
There's a,
oh, go
and
ahead.
that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Do you think that it's only natural that uh those types of stories, these celebrations of heroics, you know, become more normally acceptable because human nature is designed to select for a celebration of that because that's what makes humans successful. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I was just repeating what you're saying.
Okay. Because I thought of this before I was high, and now I'm realizing I am like kind of
You're like, I'm on a wavelength right now.
I don't know what I'm on. To tell you the truth, it does like it is so interesting like going back to a strain that you've smoked so much of. And this is currently ice cream cake. A quick intermission away from the
Side
main
note.
topic of quick intermission. But
Sidebar.
so like, shout out little brother Calvin. He bred I think probably 13 different strains of ice cream cake. Um, it's a beautiful strain. It's so such a bass like clean bass note. And it's so expressive off of that. You know, it's very nostalgic for me. It's not something I don't usually get to feel nostalgic smoking in New York. The best stuff out here is good, but it is not um as funky as you can get on the West Coast.
I
You
like
know,
that. Funky.
there's
Okay.
like I've got to say, like Long Island iced tea. It's a great strain. It's a local strain. It is very direct. It's I don't know. That's it's very direct, very clean, very delicious, but like you know.
Say
So
yeah.
yeah, which is very interesting because we are so close to Europe, where they have some of the funkier cheese strains, and I'm not seeing them anywhere. Um, yeah, but
It's
that's how
interesting.
it goes. That's how it
Well, they're
goes.
not sending anything. It's all these tariffs shit.
Yeah, and you know what? Even before they were so finicky about shipping seeds to the U.S. And yeah, whoa, I forgot this was going to be a thing that I brought up at the end. But while we're on this tangent, um, they're slipping a addendum to the Farm Bill into this government funding passing. They did this right at the end, right, snuck it right in. It will be banning the distribution across state lines of anything that produces more than 0.3% THC.
That's hemp.
And that is what they're trying to stop the overstate distribution of, which is crazy.
So you can
Um,
only distribute hemp is what you're or is
I,
what they're
yeah,
saying, not what you're saying,
I
but what
guess
they're
so.
saying.
I guess so. I'm obviously I'm not gonna lie. Can't can't really understand the writing too well, but it seems like
That's
they
on
want to.
purpose.
Yeah, exactly. But it seems like they want to stop any sale of cannabis seeds, any sale of THCA flower over state lines. tested or untested. Yeah, but it's like very, and it's not. It doesn't seem to be just Delta 8. Like I'm fine with getting Delta 8 off the market. I think it's a very negative experience anyway. I don't think anyone should experience weed in that way. Um, there's so many other derivatives of weed that you can experience that are much more enjoyable. Uh, THCV being one of them is like such a euphoric enjoyment compared to Delta 8. Like, why would you even like purchase Delta? Like, Delta 8 isn't even worth a tenth of the price of THCV, and yet here it is being sold at similar prices. It's genuinely like disgusting because it is preying upon like a younger generation that doesn't know.
No better.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like it's very as you should know now old heads, which is crazy. Um, like it is important to like teach the next generation like, hey, there are cleaner ways to like enjoy this gift from Mother Nature. Like I our that generation took so much damage from Delta 8 that it's like now they're banning just the sale of seeds everywhere. Like, ooh, I'm sorry, guys. You know, same with that new kratom. Have you heard anything
No.
about that, bro? Oh, people over here are just like slumping out. There it's like it's even higher concentrate in a smaller bottle, and it's slightly chemically adjusted. I don't even know. I think they add a hydrogen or something. But
What?
like people are slumping out. They're drinking like this little bottle that it's highly addictive, and like gas stations are just selling it to 16-year-olds. And like you just see like on the local news like, oh, blah 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 was, and they have like this teenager like in a crosswalk just like lurched, like they blur out his face like to, you know he is a kid, and like he
Yeah, he
deserves
might.
anonymity, but like this is like it's yeah, it's not a positive look.
How is this? How is that? How is that an over the counter? Do you know
I
how is that an over the counter thing? Like, I would imagine like this isn't like
I
someone drinking like too many energy drinks or some shit. This is
bro, for real, I have no
clearly
idea.
something else.
Like it is technically kratom, so like they can sell it at any store to anyone that's like 18, and so that means anybody that's 14 can really easily buy it. And then if you're under 14, you just got to pay like an extra $20.
Kratom?
So yeah, it's a hyper focused kratom, and like I don't know, slumping out, bro.
It's used to treat opioid withdrawal?
Yeah. So like I've
That's
seen
crazy.
people like change their lives drinking teas of it, and like the new product that's like fucking people up because like the kratom like that is the tea that like I've only seen medicinal benefits from that, from my friends changing their lives, getting off opiates, and then getting off kratom. They they removed that from their life as well because it's an easier thing to get rid of. Um, but like this new stuff's like syrup. It's yeah, it comes in a blue bottle.
That's crazy.
I've seen it different have different names. That's what's really weird. I've seen it have different names, but like the exact same font and the exact same like ad wordage, like stronger than last time.
Dang.
Frozen, like frozen nerves, stuff like
So
that. Like weird.
individuals who chronically consume kratom at high doses may be susceptible to hyperpigmentation.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Huh.
In a study, clinical findings included hyperpigmented skin in sun-exposed areas with blue-gray discoloration. The pigment was deposited around veins and occasionally with macrophages, confirmed by CD68 staining. All right,
Wow.
that's getting into some shit I don't even understand. But point is, this
Interesting.
is
Yeah.
they said
It's
it
something you
behaves.
shouldn't take for a long time.
Yeah, the active ingredients can behave like a mild opioid, like with the addictive like properties. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
interesting, and you can just get so they're able to just buy this at the gas station.
Hell yeah, bro. And it's like not even that expensive. It's like 32 a bottle. I've seen it as low as 20 a bottle. And so that means like these people are buying it probably at 5 a bottle. And they are
That's
really like
crazy.
it's the vampiric nature of like preying upon your junkie customers, sadly. But, you know, whatever. Hey, speaking of like hyperpigmentation, this is a little bit different, but have you heard of melanotan?
I have not.
So melanotan is a um well, it's a melanin uh developer. It you take it and your body um tells your body to produce more melanin. Um there's some like side effects like it also increases tells your body to like increase testosterone um because it like has to work on this weird uh like hormonal chain, so it has to hit a couple things, but yeah, no, just the hyperpigmentation made me think of that. It's a very interesting drug
Hmm.
um that so it helps some people that like need you know that protection for their body. So some people just take it. Some people just take it because they're psychos. But
Yeah, yeah.
I knew this. I thought he was uh, a dark. I would say he was pretty dark skinned. But he was taking this, and he he became significantly more dark. Um, it was kind of crazy. He looked like a different person at the end of his year-long experiment when we were hanging out in college.
Damn.
Um it was yeah, it was very interesting drug, but like weird.
Was he
Really,
so was it
really
like
weird.
permanent? Was it like permanently like
Last time I saw him, yeah, I would say it had gone down like 50% over 5 years.
damn over 5 years?
Yeah. So like not
Wow.
crazy.
Okay.
Like
Well,
and like I know he's not like outside like we used to be, like we used to just like hang out at the river like 12 hours 2 days a week,
yeah.
like I know that's not his life anymore. So but like it was it works. That's all I gotta say. I was impressed. Um, I was impressed with how effective it was. Yeah, and did increase his skin protection because that's the lie that you know uh people that love to experiment drugs on themselves tell themselves that there is a benefit to to trying this and like yeah, I don't know, I kind of call it like this Bane complex, like like everyone wants to like everyone with this complex wants to test little things where something could be so explosive that it could change their life and yeah, and I thought he was always a good example of that. You know, he,
They get blinded by that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Consumption can
yeah,
lead to addiction. It says
brutal.
easy.
Okay, oh, let's circle back to the proliferation of uh of nerd culture, right? Um, the question was, do
I'm literally trying to remember that question. I'm like, what? It was good too. You were
oh
saying
it's
if the heroics that we see from like the
yes,
cornerstone, is that helping the cornerstone?
yes,
Some of
okay.
the
If the cornerstone to some of human advancement, biologically, environmentally, we see as heroic behavior, is it only natural that the people that are procreating, there is a selection happening for people that can celebrate a heroic culture, and thus over time the celebration of these heroic characters has to become more accepted because if you don't, people think you're a monster. How can I mean, obviously you can hate Superman, but at the end of the day, Superman, you have to accept Superman's a good guy. You know, he's a good guy. That's the whole point. You know, you
yeah,
have to accept it.
sure. I get it. Yeah.
And like if you can't accept it, there is like this division of like, oh, you're a psycho.
Yeah. You're like something's wrong with you then. I don't know. So So they have to be. It would have to be like the people that you're saying like that are procreating. Like they're basically being selective about it to potentially make potentially like create more people that are can relate more to that hero or heroine um
Exactly. Exactly.
standards or arc, general typical arc.
Yeah, and even raise their kids in a way accepting that that is a positive way to live their life in a heroic way. You know, the more people we have willing to push for greatness and sacrifice themselves at the end, the greater chance humans have at proliferating throughout the universe. Do you know how many psycho women would be willing to be filled with the like micro wombs of the future and then flown out to a planet and then like shot with a laser so they enlarge and then they're just filled with like 3,000 kids and then they have all 3,000 kids at once and their body decomposes and then they now have populated a small area of a planet. I'm sure there's thousands of women on this earth right now that are like, that sounds great.
That sounds like an alien movie to me.
Wait,
I'm just saying that sounds
no,
like
but like,
Alien 4 Resurrection.
but that is the power of
Ripley's
humanity.
back. No, I was kidding.
That is the power of humanity. We could totally do that, and the idea of a hero would drive certain women to say, yes, I can be heroic for humanity in that way, that I can make sure that the humanity as a race doesn't die out and we proliferate another planet. You know,
Uh, okay.
similarly, that there would be a man that would say, okay, I'm also going to that planet to die, but before I die, I will be setting up homes for 3,000 people, and I have until they're born to get that done. And if I fail, I'm literally like setting back the human race years. And that's a heroic mindset. There would be people diving at that chance.
Yeah. Okay, when you put it like that. Nah, for real. Okay. I'll
But like
follow. I agree.
the Fantastic Four recently came out. I, did you happen to partake?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, how was it? You know,
Um, it was okay.
okay,
It
that's
was okay. And I hate to
the curse of the Fantastic Four movie, right?
I don't yeah, I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. But I'm just kinda like, I don't know. It was decent.
Yeah, okay. Like,
I think I just wanted a little more. I don't know what. It's hard to say though too. I can't really pinpoint exactly what I wanted, like more from it, but it was lacking a little bit. A little bit.
I completely, I feel that way about the comics. I've read a lot of Fantastic Four. I feel like a lot of the characters are not really heroes. They are, um, you know, supporting characters for Doctor Fantastic, which is like such a bummer because like he is for the proliferation of his family and
Oh yeah.
and humans in general. Like that is the driving force of this. Like that's kind of the point of his character. That is what makes him fantastic. There is this human, you know, momentum that he comes with. And I think that's hard to when you're trying to develop four characters in a movie, I think it's hard to like really let that be expressed, which is a bummer. But
That makes sense. And do that for each character, like in the time the movie has to. Yeah,
yeah,
that's understandable. Yeah, that one. I agree. It's funny because they are very much like scientists or like whatever their like specific job was. Like,
hyper physicist,
yeah, yeah.
hyper astrophysicist, hyponuclear astrophysicist, hypo
I th-
astronuclear,
I think the best thing about
interdimensional.
Fantastic Four is Doctor Doom,
Oh,
who is
how was that in the movie? Was that did
okay.
did
So
you
I
feel
don't.
like
You haven't seen it. I don't. Do I wanna? Do you wanna
I
know?
I I don't I don't have the time to watch anything.
Okay,
Right now
well,
I'm only reading. I'm trying to write stuff at the same time, so I'm not watching anything except for Broadchurch at bed.
okay, fair, fair.
Which hey, if you want a great detective um show, David Tennant is I hate him so much for so many reasons that don't need to be said. But he's an amazing actor, and the story that Broadchurch is displaying is beautiful. It's beautifully written. I mean, like,
Wow, and you hate
like
this man?
I hate this man so much.
You
Like, we
said
can
it
talk about.
twice or 3 times. Did you you said it
I'll
twice or
send
3
it
times.
again.
You hate okay.
Yo, I'll tell you about it later. But like it involves cardboard cutouts, like literally like looming over a bed. Like,
Oh, okay, yeah.
bro, miserable.
We're definitely alright. Wow.
But it's amazing. It's an amazing show. A really, really beautiful place to see a story develop too. That's I think I think that's something about a heroic tale that is really enjoyable. There is this grandiosity of the environment that leads to something being so heroic.
That makes sense. And I feel like, growing up, like, the being, like, quote unquote, a nerd, you could relate more to, like, that kind of story or arc. I feel like it was more It was highly
Yeah,
relatable, you know?
yeah, the tribulations of a hero.
Yeah, type of thing going.
It's almost like it's almost like what you read played out as your life, which is strange.
Right?
I would have read more successful hero books and
I'm
less
saying
tragedies.
I would have been way more selective with my. I wouldn't have just been picking shit up.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, hold on, what is this?
Oh no, I would have read The Last Laugh. No, definitely not.
Oh, I know.
Ah,
The Killing Joke, low key, traumatized me as a child.
yeah,
That's a
bro, that was the worst.
controversial. That it's a highly controversial still comic, but
It's a good
it's
one
good.
though.
End of the day, it's good. I'm like
It's good.
it's good because they did that. It's good. That's why it's good. You're
Yeah,
like, ooh,
my mom hated it. My mom
yeah.
found out about it from like a Christian fucking email chain or something.
They're like, keep the devil out of your house. Like,
She snapped Halo.
have you
I
seen the
remember that.
animated movie,
Of which one?
The Killing Joke? They made the animated
Oh
movie.
no, I
Oh, you
have
gotta
not.
see. Oh, you gotta see it.
Okay.
It's so
Was,
good. I mean,
what?
the original comic is, but it's you watch
Okay.
that.
Okay. Maybe the next time I have to sit on the train or something.
Yeah, when you have time, obviously, just
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
put it on the list.
That sounds good. I haven't watched. I haven't watched. Hey, shout out Justice. He just recommended the Chainsaw Man movie. So I've got two. I've got two animated pieces on my list at the moment. But
Oh, same. I need to watch it. He told me the same. He told me to watch it, so I gotta.
okay, okay.
I'm gonna have to
I
tune
mean,
in.
he's got. I don't know. I don't like the One Piece animation. So like, and I the way he was describing it was seemed more refined, um, more more in the style of the vibe. So that should be nice.
Yeah, I saw the intro. He showed me the intro,
Mm.
and it looks cool. I know a little bit about Chainsaw Man, so I was like, I'm down to watch. I'm down to watch the show.
Yeah, I think it's a good. It's a. It was good while I was reading it. I'm not still reading it. I think I dropped it for Tower Castle. No, Tower Dungeon. I think I did. Yeah, Tower Dungeon. But which, hey, speaking of fun comics, if you want to read one and get lost in a world of like, asking questions of what's going on, that's a great one. That'll probably be turned into a Netflix series. Um,
Eh,
the author has already has two of his other works uh, as Netflix series, and they were enjoyable for the adaptations that they were definitely. Okay, let's say you have to let's say your life is going to play out from childhood as a comic series hero that
Ooh,
you read, but you can only read that one, right? That's kind of your superpower. You develop a path of life of a hero that you immerse yourself in, let's say. So, obviously. there's some landmines here, right?
Yeah, there are crucial.
There's some huge landmines here, you know. Like you say you choose Spider-Man, you know, your entire family is going to die. Like that's a real bummer, right?
And
So
I'm a
like
mad
maybe
Batman fan, but I can't do my mom like that. I'm like, that's cold blooded.
exactly, exactly. So
Or my dad, or my pops, obviously, but my mom
yeah,
like by choice can't do it.
yeah, yeah, because then now right now it does become a choice, right?
But what hero just doesn't have some type of
Well, exactly, exactly. And that's like that's why it's so fun. You know, again, in the comments, leave your answer. You know, if you say Oedipus, ban.
I'm dead. But I mean, a lot of if you were growing up being like the nerd type, you were kind of like an NPC, but in real life,
Mm,
no one really, if you liked anime, you were weird. If you liked, I don't know, computers, you were like antisocial or something.
yeah, yeah. I remember I got done with homeschool and entered public school, and I'm like, oh, cool, computer lab. I'm over here downloading you know, downloading emulators on school computers so I can play Super Mario back to, tie it back into Mario, but like that was one of the best parts about like having access to internet. It's like, oh,
Oh,
suddenly
okay.
I can do all of this stuff that I learned, but it's like you're completely right. People saw me doing this and they're like, "What? What's going on? Why
Literally,
why aren't you playing Spelling Wizard?" But it's like,
literally.
there does become this ostracization, but like, you know,
Yeah, if you liked comic books,
yeah.
it's like they act like you're studying witchcraft.
Hmm.
That's just like, but it's funny because now you fast forward to today and it's like, you know, everyone's mad if the next Spider-Man movie's delayed,
Yeah, yeah,
type of thing, for example. I'm just saying.
yeah. That Spider-Verse is pretty fun idea. I know it's like pretty much the Deadpool universe situation, but I think it's been repurposed for a more appropriate audience. Um,
Yeah, more than
yeah,
like it will
yeah.
event if not immediately, eventually though. See, and you know what helped this like to me, what helped the nerd culture along a little bit was the pandemic. It really
Mhm.
I feel like you had people playing like Nintendo Switch that had like never played it before type shit. And like
Yeah.
you had people were suddenly watching animes because they had nothing but time to sit around and watch 152 episodes. Like,
Yeah, people really found the time to be able to enjoy celebrating a hero, whereas most of the time we are chasing, trying to be it, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, that has to be a little bit of that celebration, even if you haven't, become a hero of your own yet.
Yeah, and I think they it's funny because they talk about damn, they talk about like superhero movie fatigue,
Yeah.
but because of there's like an attraction to like the hero arc, if you will. Um, that's why they're able to keep making these movies, I think, too. And they keep I mean, there's few that don't like do as good as like some of the major ones, but that's why they're able to keep doing it though and still get they get some type of money out of it enough to like
Yeah.
keep making the movies, overall.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
like they
there.
didn't lose too much. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I saw a trailer for this on like a on an airplane, but I hadn't didn't even know it came out. But Thunderbolts had no
Oh
idea
yeah.
it came out.
I saw that one too.
I haven't seen a single ad for it anywhere. I
It
don't
was
have YouTube Premium. Uh, I
I don't think
should
it
be
did
seeing.
good.
Nah, like I don't think it did good, but I don't think Disney let it do good because I didn't even know it came out. Thunderbolts, I love that series. I at least put 15 minutes into watching it. You know,
They could have had I see they could have had fun with that one.
yeah, and maybe they did. Like I I just found out that I haven't gotten to watch it yet. It might be fun.
He said
Like
I
that's
just found out.
no, but for real,
Yeah, watch it for
like
sure.
what I saw Moana for the first time. And I know this is a different type of nerd, but Moana 1 is an amazing piece of art. That it's a very impressive. I'm not a big Lin-Manuel Miranda fan, but like I understand the Disney fandom for nerding out over Moana. It is a perfectly developed story.
I've been staring at the edge of the wall. That
Exactly,
I've
but
seen that
like,
movie so many times. You already
oh,
know. You
bro,
already know.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine how many times that's been playing.
Bangers though. It's full of bangers. I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
jam. I was like, okay.
So, that being said, like, it is this perfect heroic journey tale. Perfectly balanced all the way through, exactly how a heroic tale is done, and it's done in this very epic, poetic song way. Great. Have you seen Moana 2?
I have not.
Okay, good. First of all, let's leave it like that.
I feel
I'm gonna
see, and I
ruin it.
feel like that because I was scared. No, please do because I was scared.
It
I feel like I'm
is
always like, can you
so
top the first one? It's like I don't.
no. The answer's no. So the second one I heard was supposed to be a series of TV shows for Disney Kids or Disney Plus or whatever the fuck, which is cool. Like that's great, but they crammed that story design into a movie, thus eliminating the beauty that is a heroic tale with that classic um kitschy Disney um social group development style writing, which is not what Moana had in the slightest. So like it's obviously not needed. So like let's get past that. Moana 1 was hilarious without this. You don't need to try to like write these dumb social commentary jokes into like boring character design. And that's the entirety of the movie. So it's really disappointing. and the songs feel the same way. Like, which is even sadder because
Damn.
of course it's not the original writer of that music. It's not the original composers, it's different to everybody. So,
Yeah, I just felt
but
forced. I just felt
completely, completely reeked of the wrong type of effort.
just like a
And
money
stuff.
grab or something. Somebody was like, Moana 2. I got out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. I think,
Right. Oh, but this is why I wanted to bring up that Disney nerd because Moana 1 is so good. And because
Mhm.
just like you said, it gets watched constantly over and over and over. They can have bad developments, where they like Moana 2 was horrid. Horrid. Thunderbolts might be just as bad as Moana 2, and maybe that's why I didn't hear about it. But
I,
it
d-
also might just be like, we put a junior ad exec on that movie and he dropped the ball. It's like that might be all it is.
yeah, gave
Yeah.
him control to come up with something and he blew it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, blew it though. Because I'm sure, you see an ad budget and you get to really play with it,
Yeah,
especially with Disney, you know. Imagine a Disney ad budget for a fucking Marvel movie. I
bro.
mean, like, come on, guys.
Insane.
Yeah. Oh, you could do so many things. You do so many things.
You do
The,
anything.
the,
Oh, shit.
yeah, like anyway. Hey, never give me and you money to do ads.
Oh,
Let's
yeah. Nah, yeah.
Yo, but hey Disney, you
Or
want to
do.
give us money
Yeah.
to
Or
do
do.
some promotion for a Marvel movie, trust me. World Cup halftime would see fucking Hulk coming in on fucking zip line and crashing into the ground into a fake crater. It'd be fucking dope. But like you won't do that.
because you're scared.
Yeah, what we're gonna do another 5-second ad in front of a YouTube video of like event coming soon. Like,
Yeah.
you really got it. But like that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like you have to let the heroic voice be seen and heard to get that human engagement. That
Right.
is
Right.
that's something that we want, and that is like it feels like a direct connection.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Do you have a favorite hero? I think we can end it on some like really enjoyable nostalgia.
Yeah, my favorite hero is Batman. Since I was
Oh,
like a kid, I was
oh,
always
me
my
too.
favorite.
Batman's the best.
Yeah, he's just I don't know. He's just the rawest, realist one. I feel personally
Yeah, I mean,
because
like it's a true pinnacle of humanity. You know,
right, you look at Justice League and all the super powered like heroes there are, and like he's basically the leader. In my opinion, he's the leader. And I'm like,
I
that's
agree.
for a reason. That's for a reason because they all look to him because he knows like he has like the strongest mindset, I feel like. And I'm like, yeah. Like even Green Lantern's
Yeah.
like, wait, you're just a guy in a suit? He's like, hold on, wait, you actually can't do nothing? Like this shit
Oh
was
shit. You know what? We're gonna get back to Batman in a second, but I didn't know there was another Green Lantern movie coming out again.
oh, it's a show.
Crazy. And see, that's what I mean. Like, I don't even know. I just literally saw a small ad promotion for it on like in a restaurant, like somewhere I'm not supposed to see an ad for it. They were watching TV. It was on a channel of like literally like Vietnamese news channel, and I'm just like,
Huh.
what are we talking about? But like, it's totally real. It looks ringy, like
Okay.
there's
Ringy?
all there's always been that like weird like goofiness that comes along with that comic
Yeah.
that and the visuals gave that vibe, so it's like, okay, maybe that would be fun.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
But yeah, like back to Batman, like it is the pinnacle of humanity. This like over curiosity, this over ingenuity, this overwhelming willpower of a man in a suit. I think that really plays into like both of us having him as our favorite. Like there is this extremely strong vibrational pull that you have to feel for Batman, and this that's because that's the best that without superpowers you could be.
Yeah.
You could be that hero if you were a billionaire. You
If you were a
could be
billionaire.
Batman. Like that's all it takes. Like
He
that's
does say,
all it
like
takes,
I could
really.
be anybody, and it's like, I get where you're coming from. Hey, I get where you're coming from. Respect, but nah, man. Look what you're in right now. He's in a
Yeah,
billion
yeah.
dollar. You know what I'm saying? But I think what he meant was I could be anybody, like with money, even meaning like
Hmm.
if like I'm not the only person that has money, and like look what I'm capable of like doing. Like if
Yeah,
applying myself and my resources, and you know, and that's like real life shit. Like I'm not saying you gotta dress up. I'm not saying you gotta go out there and do that shit. That'd be cool though. No, but like no. But you can focus your resources like that and have an effect,
definitely.
even over time.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny to think of. I've been trying to after the trip. I've been try to develop this mindset for a story I'm working on, and it's that of like the human superpower is that of growth and cultivation, right? Farmers are heroic beings for their ability to cultivate whatever that may be. And I really think that Batman is a cultivator of science. Like he's somehow turned like what was in this research empire into this fruit bearing company for the community. And it's like that's where it's like okay, like is technology really like this negative thing, or can it become this or this semi-organic product of humanity that is, nourishing?
That's a good question. And yeah, because I mean, it shows like and he's one billionaire, you know, there's like how many billionaires are in the world? Like, so it's possible to
Totally.
create that with
Yeah.
when you have that type of money because you have power, influence, like you could easily create that.
Yeah.
You could
I
put
mean,
back into like where you're from and like those kind of things.
yeah, Magneto did, right?
Yep.
I think that's a great example. Doom ends up doing that as well, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler, sorry, spoiler for if you haven't really read the comics, but Doom's actually the good guy, kind of, a little bit,
He
but
is.
like
He's to me he's always been like one of those villains that like thinks he's the good guy or like is the good guy but like
he's
it's like a
he's
difference of opinion, I feel like sometimes, and like that's why the heroes are fighting. You know what I mean? Like,
hmm hmm I feel like he's the heroic character that like storms the ship and like knocks out the captain and like there's like a coup on the ship and he imprisons all of the like officer and they like turn themselves out of a storm and they don't end up killing the captain but they like keep him tied up and like release him to be safe somewhere but like he was gonna kill him. Like I feel like Doom is that kind of character.
yeah, that's
But
a
like
fair.
there is some violent uprising in behind that mask.
Oh yeah, he is an angry individual too. So back back to your original question, real quick. So Fantastic Four. No Doctor Doom, but there is a post credit scene to where okay, so their son Franklin,
The Omni Child or whatever.
yeah, so there's a post credit scene in Doom. Like Sue, he's just a baby, and Sue like walked away to get something, and then when she comes back, Doom is there, and he's like,
Like
but
standing over the crib.
you don't see his face. He's like, well, the baby's like, he's kneeled down with the baby, and like the baby's like touching his face, but you can't see his face. But from
Mm,
the angle we're at, you see his green. You know it's him because he has the green like hood, and
okay.
he's holding his mask in his hand. So he took
Oh, so
off.
he's trying to get the kid to heal him.
Yes, because you know his face is messed up. So
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening there, and I feel like that's where Doomsday is gonna pick up from,
Okay. Okay.
or something like that. Like it's gonna be right then, and then that shit's gonna pop off, like because
Oh,
they're in a different universe or world than they're like world 616 or something, and we're
okay. Three something.
yeah, and they come to, but the Fantastic Four ship comes to our this
Mm,
like world, so it's
okay.
like
I have a question. Is Doomsday the villain Doomsday, or is Doomsday going to
yeah,
be Doom?
So Doomsday, no, it's not the villain Doomsday. It's gonna be Doctor Doom. It's Avengers and then Avengers colon Doomsday. So it's like I think it's gonna be like Battle World, like where Doom creates like that
Okay.
planet
Yeah.
and he wants to rule over it, and it's like the survivors. It's not even all the heroes, it's the survivors of like the multiverse being like destroyed
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. But nerd shit.
Because
But
because
uh,
Doomsday is a really fun arc of X-Men, right? Like, or am I? I'm
Doomsday
pretty.
is
He's the
uh
big like purple juggernaut looking dude.
well, Doomsday. I'm thinking Doomsday. I'm thinking DC Doomsday. I'm thinking
Oh,
Superman. I'm
yeah. Okay.
thinking yeah. He is big and ugly though.
Okay.
He's
Okay. So it's just
he's
DC I'm thinking of.
yeah. He's in like an abomination, like a Kryptonian, like abomination. Like,
Okay. Okay.
but
He's cool.
oh yeah, he's a. I know in one of them I don't know if it's in Superman Doomsday, but Doomsday kills him in one of them
Mm,
because he's formidable.
yeah.
He's pretty much unkillable in a way. Like he's very like
Yeah.
hard to kill. Like it's not
I
that
mean,
simple.
isn't he just like Bane the Kryptonian? Like,
I mean, to a degree, yeah. And then he heal
right?
like if
Yeah.
you wound him, he heals like stronger in that area. So like that's why he has like all these spikes and like ridges because he's just like solid at some point too. And he's Kryptonian, so he could take the hits from Superman. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like you're just punching. It's like equal.
Yeah.
So you're
Equal, but
like,
he should be
yeah.
stronger because he's mutated to be stronger. Like, great character. Great character.
But Doomsday, man, it's gonna be that's gonna be lit. And then there's Secret Wars too. They're gonna do Secret Wars, which is
Yeah, that was a great series.
yeah, that's one
I
of the
like that
best
series.
ever. A lot of
He's
heroes are
not
gonna die too, they said, and not come back like they did. No reversing.
fun.
Which basically means they getting old, time to
Yeah, time to set a new generation in there.
yeah.
You know, I want good luck on that casting.
Right?
Good luck on that casting. Yeah,
Yeah, because
brutal.
who's gonna want to follow up some of these? Like, I'm not trying to.
Yeah,
That's why anyone that takes on these roles, even like anyone that plays Batman, that even tries to,
yeah. Power to you. Good
yeah.
luck. Good luck.
So, who's your favorite live action Batman?
It's probably Bane. Just, I mean Bale. Just because the movies are also the best. You know, like that's it's hard to the original's pretty like held close in my heart. Just like it was so funny watching that as a kid. Um, but yeah, probably just those two. Um, I have like some
I
weird
respect.
like Ben Affleck. I have some weird like emotional ties to because of like I've only ever seen his Batman in French. with my little brother, and we were just both high out of our minds, like laughing at Batman in French. So
Ruined it.
Ben Affleck like speaking French, but it's not really him, like is crazy.
I gotta look. Wow.
How about you? How about you?
You know, for the movies, I would say the Christopher Nolan trilogy, because one, it's the only trilogy if you think about it,
Mm, yeah,
which is big. I feel like, and then two, Bale was a really good Batman. I liked it, and then honestly, the villains, you just can't like. I thought the villains were pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
Roz in the first one.
Scarecrow.
Obviously, you got Heath Ledger
Yeah,
was like amazing. Yeah, Scarecrow was I think really well done.
yeah.
Killian Murphy actually auditioned for Batman too.
Really,
Yeah,
that would have been a really really intense Batman.
I honestly was
Fun.
like when I heard that, I was intrigued. I was like, "Ooh, that could have been a little like that could have been good." I feel like
Yeah,
I like he's a good actor.
yeah. Very very facially focused. It's very fun. Very fun to watch.
Yeah, he looks pretty dope in the cowl too. I saw like I forgot where I saw that shit, and I was like, "Oh shit." Because you know they have him put the suit on just to, because like you
Yeah,
have to have the look too. It's not just your
yeah,
acting. Like
yeah,
how do you look in it? Like if you don't look right, and that was one thing. Ben Affleck, I was like, that nigga is Batman for real though. Like I was like,
yeah. His big protruding jaw.
yo, the jawline though. I'm like,
Yeah.
but you know one thing I can say though, keep it 100. The fight scene in Batman versus Superman, that warehouse fight scene,
Nah, you're
that's like one
wild
of
for
the
that. You're wild for this.
that fight scene is so dope.
Okay.
That fight scene is
I'm good.
dope. I was like, that was good. That was a good
It's
mix of like the gadget use and then the hand to hand. I thought that was like
okay.
pretty.
Okay. I I can see where you're going with that. I agree. The creative incorporation of what we all love about that gadget belt like is was great. Was
Because
great.
they all had like automatic weapons, so it's like he's just
Yeah.
gonna drop down and fight. No, he literally shorted them all out, and
Yeah.
then he was like,
The,
"Now I can, you know."
yes. I agree. I agree with that. I just think Ben Affleck is clunky. Um when it comes to fighting just because he's an older gentleman, you know? And I feel like even the stuntmen kind of like only do things that like he could possibly do,
With his
kind
like
of.
size and frame, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not against, but like I loved that like hyper acrobatic Batman of like the Batman Beyond animated series, you know?
Okay.
Like
So
that's
a younger Batman too, because I get Dark Knight Returns vibes from like him too. I'm
no, but
saying Affleck,
like
you know, the older,
yeah,
like he's very brooding and just like I've seen
definitely.
too much shit at this point in my life.
Definitely, but like maybe maybe not TRT Batman, but like some weird like body healing compound Batman, if that makes sense. Like I feel like uh Affleck is TRT Batman. and there could be this the I feel like there's a Batman that isn't like a hammer. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like like I don't feel like Ben Affleck is
he's a
the
little more
essence of
finesse.
the Batmarang. Yeah, exactly. There's there could be finesse somewhere. I don't really know how, but like that's what I feel like I want, you know?
Dang, I can almost say I feel like none of the Batmans have that
Oh
like
yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. That's what I'm craving though. That's what I'm always craving with a Batman movie. Yeah, I was so hoping in the first one when I like was reading about like the script and like oh it's gonna be Ra's al Ghul. I'm like oh cool so fucking we're doing ninjas early. Like we're doing some of like the funnest comic book panels in the series of like flashy, funky movements and like flowing through drug state combat, like so
yeah,
fun, right?
hallucinogen like
Oh
induced
yeah.
sword fights and shit. Like,
And like there was some of that, but like I don't, you know, they could have been like it could have been like Jet Li level like choreography. Cause like I'm you know what's that dumb fucking gun kata movie that
oh
Christian
yeah,
Bale was in? Like he's down for it, you know, like he's down for something like extremely artistically adept and physical. And like I don't know, he would love to be on the fucking wires probably. He's a nut.
you probably would.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's all you're doing when you're Batman too is jumping off shit.
And I'm
So,
like I've got to say it just and it was still fun. Like those movies were still very enjoyable. But
oh yeah, no, they were good. All right, so a little more finesse, huh? You waiting on that Terry McGinnis movie to come out.
yeah,
And
I'm
old
trying to
man
figure.
Bruce Wayne is train old man Ben Affleck is training I'm just
Yeah, who could
I'll just fucking
no, but like there's some MMA fighters that are like long and lanky that like would do like be a beautiful Batman Beyond, you know? Like they have a long frame, they look like that like comic book figure, you know?
yeah, they get in the suit and
Yeah.
they like on point. Who do you
Yeah,
think
probably.
do you think anyone off the top of your head who you think would make a good Robin?
Mm. Okay, but like do they have to be able to become Nightwing?
No.
Okay.
And I say
Um
no because that's Dick Grayson. He does become Nightwing, but the other ones, they're Robin for
yeah.
their duration. So
Okay, okay.
they could stay as Robin.
Hmm. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know many young actors. But
Same.
uh I feel like I feel like there's this brown haired kid out of out of Great Britain that was in a couple of like man, what's that movie like Siege, The Siege. It's kind of like that, but like teenagers. Um like he's going to get back. He's going to like fight to the penthouse of this apartment complex to get his girlfriend that was kidnapped and is getting raped back or something like that. But like he
Oh crap!
has, he like very much, that smaller Robin frame, but clearly like explosive. And like you can clearly see him like able to do a flip. Maybe he's not as nimble looking as Robin is normally depicted. Maybe he's a little bit more stocky. But that's kind of like the more gymnast body that I feel is realistic.
So like, you're big on like, because I'm kind of big. Like, I like there to be a semi. Obviously, it's all fiction, but I a semi realistic or realism to it. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like even though it's a like fantasy, like if this were to exist, like how would it really be though? Like in real life, like as close as you can.
yeah. It's like, you know what? Like, there's this guy, Mikey Musumeci. He does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Uh-huh.
He has very much the physical build of like a Teen Titans Robin. Um, and he tears people. He tears arms off people, like literally.
Damn.
Like
Okay. Jeez.
like I in one of his fights in the past year, he like I think he made a at the knee, he made like the bottom half of a leg do a 270. It's like
Nope. That knee is
correct.
done.
Oh, completely gone, completely gone. Like every tendon snapped. And that's
That
exactly
shit
what
is
happened.
fucking folded.
Yeah.
Yeah, every tendon, ligament. I'm t- yeah.
Oof. Cartilage just spiraled. Um, but that's kind of like I feel like that's the body type that's also an option. Um, I think one of the beauties of Robin as a character is this hyper intelligent glibness
Mhm.
that's kind of across each character. I don't think that Mikey Musumeci is capable of conveying that, but um, but that's the body type I imagined.
He can just do the action scenes. No.
Exactly, and it would probably look really cool. Um, but oh, that being said, like Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, that's more of the body type I would imagine being a practical Robin.
Okay.
Um, he has, clearly he works out his bottom half of his legs. He has a slightly more tapered build with a wider back
Uh-huh.
than is normally depicted for Robin, but like this is like physically a person that is capable of doing things that like Robin does in the comic book. Like,
Yeah. So more literal. Like can move like that.
yeah, literally, like he's literally grabbing someone and throwing them in the air by the arm, jumping, and by the time that they both hit the ground, he's breaking their arm. It's like I have your arm with my two arms. I'm gonna whip you around, pull you into the air, and
Imagine
it's
getting your
crazy.
ass whipped like that though. God damn. I'm never
But
going
yeah,
out. I'm like, yo, what the fuck just happened?
but yeah, actually, you know what? I would love to see a black Robin, especially if they could incorporate somebody that like Demetrius Johnson, because like he could fit it, right? And he is a great personality. I believe he would be able to deliver like a glibness.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
that'd be really fun. That'd be really fun. That would tilt some people, but fun for doing that.
Yeah.
Because like you can't like what are you gonna do? Like say, oh, you ex champion of the world fighter aren't cool enough to be Robin.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
I think he's the perfect or one of the perfect candidates, to be what?
Yeah, no, like that'd be really cool because like, oh, hey, WB, let's do it. Please.
Yeah, are
Oh,
you
please.
listening? Are you listening?
Oh my, because like, and like, because he would be next to Ben Affleck, he would be the right size comparison too.
Yeah, it
Like,
would be a good.
it would look like genuinely good.
You'd be
That'd
like,
be
oh,
so
it's
cool.
actually them. Yeah, it's actually them. Like, fuck.
Yeah. He could go with a sharper green mask. He could do there's so many cool Robin outfits throughout. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his suits are pretty cool. The different ones.
Oh, anyway, I'm glad we got lost down that rabbit hole at the end
Oh
there.
yeah, that
That's
was.
really fun. That's really fun. Is there someone that you would want to play a Batman villain that hasn't yet?
I always thought Willem Dafoe would be a crazy Joker. Because you kind
Yeah.
of got a taste of what he did with Green Goblin, and I'm like, imagine what he could bring to the Joker. Like,
Yeah.
and he
Wow.
he's a he's
That's
a
a good one.
pretty decent actor. I've seen him. He does like a wide range of things, kind of. So
Yeah, have you seen
he
the
could
the
probably,
lighthouse?
yeah,
Bro, what the
with
fuck?
him and what's his Patterson, yeah, that shit was
Yeah,
crazy. They
crazy.
said it. I was reading. They were saying it was crazy shooting that movie too. They were like, yeah, that shit was something else.
Damn. Okay, yeah, because you said that's the last movie I watched with him in it, and that would like, yeah, there's so many characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought he would be good, and then I don't know. Let me think. Who else? So I did hear the random. I heard they just finished the Clayface movie,
oh yeah.
and it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a horror movie. It's not gonna be like it's gonna be like kind of like a horror movie because like I don't know what
Okay.
exactly they're gonna do, but it's kind of trippy because Clayface can just like change. So it's like
Yeah,
I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do. I'm like, is this
yeah.
canon in our timeline right now? Like, okay, so he's active or what?
That would be cool. That would be cool. Who's that Hydra homie? Uh, the guy that's water in Spider-Man. Um,
I'm thinking that's water.
damn. Oh, it don't matter. It does matter. Um, we could go back to DC. Because like I was thinking that he would make a similar to like the Sandman, you know, like those would
Oh
be like
yeah,
those are some pretty intense like character developed villains that would make a great movie.
yeah.
Um, I had no idea they were making a Clayface. That's a great villain. Great villain.
Hasn't been done either, which I like. Like, let's start. Like,
Yeah.
we seen the same. I mean, I'm always down for the Joker. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't give a shit if he's in it. You're like yes, but let's start exploring some of the because there's the Batman's rogue gallery is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like you go through his villains, you're
Yes.
like, damn, these what the fuck?
Bro,
They're all psychos,
give me a new Poison Ivy. Like I
right?
know like we were talking about never been done, but like hey, like
Or
there's
even
this
that there's only one iteration of it,
yeah, and it
and it
was,
was
very
good, but
stylistic, but
it's outdated. It's
completely.
time to like, come on.
Completely. There's like whole cultures of people that are completely dedicated to having their houses filled with plants. Like that wasn't in the 90s. Like it's a huge thing now. Like
Yeah,
it would really touch a lot of people. Uh, who else? Who else? I mean, obviously Freeze would be great. You could do so many people for Freeze. That'd be so fun.
he might be the villain in the Batman too.
Oh yeah?
I heard speculation. They're keeping it
Okay.
tight under wraps, but I heard he might be, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like,
Who do you think they would cast?
I have
So
no idea.
he'd be going against Affleck, right? So
Nah,
it'd
he'd be
have to
going
be
against Pattinson.
oh shit. Okay.
I don't know. You forgot about him. I don't know if you've seen his first.
No, I did. I didn't really enjoy it, but
I
it
thought it
wasn't
was pretty
bad.
good.
It, yeah, it wasn't
I
bad.
wasn't disappointed as him as Batman. I was like, he did. He made it his own thing. He didn't.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's a great actor. He and I think you exactly what you said. He made it his own thing, and that was not going to hate on it. Not my favorite. Better than George Clooney.
Not
Whatever.
my. Oh my god. It sucks because I was like, yeah, forever the worst Batman. I'm sorry, and they're not even done being made yet, and it's like, I'm like,
Yeah. What a bummer.
but I hear his next villain might be Mr. Freeze.
Okay.
What'd you
I
think of
can
the
get behind that.
Riddler in the movie? Didn't really.
It was fine. You know, I'm I'm for an extremely over the top uh Riddler and Joker. Um like I put them on this same scale of like importance in Batman insanity. Um cuz obviously the Joker's chaos incarnate, but like to balance that, Riddler is like rules over rules over rules, and it's like there's this yin and yang to the two of them that I think is really important, but they both have to be equally as completely nuts. And
Yeah,
that's yeah, that's where I think I don't the Robert Pattinson Batman was not that type of comic expression. It was great. I enjoyed it, but
very noir kind of like
yeah,
vibe.
which is
Like
fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's very fun.
I liked that
But
there was with the Riddler. They were able to like show his detective side a little bit. Like he kind of had to figure out like more so
yeah,
than you see in other movies. Like you don't really Batman's the world's greatest detective, so in other movies you don't see like too much like detective work
Yeah,
necessarily.
very true. Very
Where he's
true.
actually tracking, like he was like he was like, okay, I'm gonna have to like follow this person and like track. And I was like, yeah, see, he's more. This is. I did
Sneaky.
enjoy
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Definitely. That's true. There was something really beautiful about really touching on the original, detective comics, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, I did enjoy that like aspect of it. I was like, that was pretty cool because yeah, you don't see him have to figure shit out a lot. And then honestly, even be wrong. Like you could tell it kind of showed that he was still like it showed his youth a little bit still. Like he was like
Mhm.
when the Riddler's like, it was all there, you didn't figure it out, and then he's like he goes back and then that's when he tears up the carpet and find but he was late. Like if he'd have figured it out, they could have stopped. But he was like, damn, I fucking got a lot to learn still. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. That is the beauty, I think, of that movie, that we've still got a lot to learn, even as a hero. There's always more to learn.
yeah.
It's been such a pleasure speaking of the now dominant culture that is nerd, but mostly just that of the hero.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dread.
I think they go hand in hand. Yeah, as always, it's been a pleasure, guys, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.
Good night.